Boy, have I got a treat for you lot today. I've got an amazing machine. We've got an M3 over there, E30 M3. But this is one of my favourite cars of all time. Wait till you see this. It's coming, it don't start. Guy said he heard a banging noise and that was it. Wait till you see this. It's probably my all-time favourite BMW. It's a beauty. Right, you ready for this? Let's see what's wrong with it. Oh, it's got the Recaro leather as well. Well, it's probably one of the greatest BMWs ever made. And I'm going to now find out what exactly is wrong with the vehicle. Now then, it seems that I might not have the right key. But let's see, shall we? Oh, this is just proper, isn't it? This really is proper. Right, have we got the right key? Possibly. Yes. So, it's got check control flashing already. That's some really weird noise. Heck Sheba. Okay, so it starts and stops. That could be a fuel pressure problem, that, can't it? Bremslicht Waschwasser, so there's no fluid wash in the screen wash, and they've got a problem with brake lights. Rücklicht check, let's do check control. Yeah. Okay, so it won't start. You know what? The battery voltage is very low on this. I'm starting to think there might be an issue with battery voltage. Yeah. So this is going to be old school checking. I'm going to enjoy this. Right, it ain't going to start, is it? So, let's get the guys and let's push it inside. That's a moment to really stop filming because, oh my God, the steering's heavy on this old bad boy. This is the best car I've ever been in my life. I'm absolutely in love with this vehicle. I've always wanted one of these, and when I was young, they were quite cheap. Let's see if we can fix it. I think it's a fuel problem, but I could be wrong. So I've no idea where I'm going to start with this, but the easiest thing to do, and I'll show you, is just check the fuel pressure. Just check the fuel pressure, let's just get it out the way. We've almost got our 8 Series back on the road now. I should have made a video about that. Really.
Those sticks.
Really?
Yeah.
Right.
The actual part is not so expensive because it's kind of usual.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'll check this fuel pressure first at least, and then this is easiest spot in it to check it. If I can get this off, it's a bit tight, is this? Get my tool on that. 1 sec. I suppose it's always good on these old cars to smell the fuel. I mean, it's been stood for years, I think. Let's try and get this off without damaging it. Off the fuel regulator, but obviously it's going to be very tight. It's all dog-eared. I think I'll twist that with pliers as well. Find these Nipex pliers. They're pretty much the best, so you don't damage anything. You get a good grip, but they don't tend to separate there. You wipe the cable inside the yarn inside here, inside the pipe. It's very tight, isn't it? It's probably been there for 20 odd years, 30 years, who knows. Might even be the original one, you don't even know, do you? When it's original like this, you have to be dead careful because you don't want to be changing pipes, because if it's the original pipe, you want to keep it original. So you just got, it looks a bit rough, but I'm actually not, I'm just being kind of as gentle as I can. Maybe I'll put some silicone in there as well. But with classic cars, you kind of got to be careful, really. We have put silicone in that. You don't want damage this, otherwise it's not the provenance of the car is lost then, you know. Right, the silicone in there. This is also the problem with old cars, is that it's not so easy, really. So I've got the old gauge up here now, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run the engine, crank it anyway, and just see if we've got fuel pressure. If we've got a lot of fuel pressure, then we've got fuel, and the fuel should really be working, and it could be a spark problem, could be a problem with the control unit, because it has got an ECU. 1986, it's got a multi-point fuel injection, believe it or not. Right, so that's looking good. Of course, we have to be careful with viscous fan. We don't want to end up chopping that to bits. But yeah, let's check it out. Let's see what fuel pressure is. We'll hang this over here, nice and neat, and get somebody to crank the engine. Where are we? So that's good. So that's all sorted, and I'll explain what it was. Kind of. So the thing actually starts now, and it does seem to, it's actually holding good residual pressure. But I've got a feeling, if I take away this bolt, which I've used to block the pressure regulator, this is the return feed. And the way I had it hooked up before, I had the fuel gauge on here. And the only reason I did that was because I wanted to check if there was any return pressure in the line. You never know what people have been doing under cars and swapping things around. So there was no return pressure, which was good. So I actually then made this T-piece up. It's holding good residual pressure there, but I've got a feeling the reason it wouldn't start, only a few minutes into diagnosis, because I worked on these 30 years ago, and even then these regulators used to be faulty. So I think that this vacuum operated pressure regulator is bleeding back completely. So what we need to do now we've established the thing starts, is I need to leave this in place. I need to put this back as it was now. And then obviously if we've no fuel pressure, what we can do, I don't really want to do it, but I'll not use grips. I'll use some plastic how can I say, clamps, to see if the fuel pressure raises. If it does, it needs a new regulator, and then we'll have to order that, and then we'll continue the diagnosis. But we'll do that now. I think there's going to be a lot of fuel squirting out everywhere. Just see if the thing still starts anyway. A magnificent vehicle, this, it really is a magnificent vehicle. No throttle response because the return line's blocked, so we'll do that now. We'll swap that back. I say we're going to be in for a bit of fuel squirting out here now. Yeah, so I'll go and get a cloth on that, I think. I better get a cloth on that, although I don't want fuel in the plenum chamber. It's all crap I have to get out later then, isn't it? According to that, there's 6 bar in that still. That's not going to be, it's quite a lot, isn't it? Oh yeah, now there's no pressure. So it's holding some, it's holding 4 bar at least. Okay, so it's holding some pressure, it's not bleeding everything back. It's just dripping out there. Yeah, it's leaking. You can see it leaking. It's not holding pressure at all, that, is it? Look. It's dripping like a little dripping tap. There we are. Pretty sure it shouldn't really be doing that. It's a little tap dripping, isn't it? But it's holding some pressure. I thought it was going to have no pressure at all. It's holding residual of 4 point something, 4.8 maybe. Okay, that's interesting, isn't it? Right then, let's get this bad boy back up. Now let's try and crank it with this in place, because it wouldn't start like this before. So we'll try that now, and we'll see what the state of play is, basically, I'm thinking. I don't even think it has a diagnostic connector on this. You can't see any rail sensor, can you? Joking, of course. I love old cars like this. These are the best things to work on. This is a real joy and a pleasure, and it's really made my day very happy. I don't like modern cars, they're crap. old stuff like this. It's what I grew up with in the 80s as a young kid, looking at old guys tinkering with BMWs and that. And obviously, as a young man working on stuff like this, you know. Right, let's try that again. See what happens. Let's see what happens this time. Can't see fuel gauge to me, but let's see if it starts. If it don't start, then it's going to be something, isn't it? Still no throttle at all. There's just no throttle response at all. Was that a bang then? Backfired, didn't it? I wonder if timing's gone out on it by any mistake. It's backfiring through intake, that. As soon as I put throttle on it, it cuts out. I go and get a pipe on it, I think it stinks, doesn't it? What's fuel pressure there? Still 6 bar, is it?
3.
Yeah, that's good. That's good because basically, when I blocked that return line up, it was 8 bar, and I just took the pipe off and it's dripping, so it's leaking that return valve. So if I block that valve now, it should, you know, yeah. But the trouble is, I think when there's no return, they won't run anyway. They won't run proper because fuel needs to be flowing. So we need to check it out. We've got idle speed control valve there. Look, can you see that Bosch one? They're old school, they're buggers for failing. E39s have a similar valve and they're failing. Got an early that defo. So I've got it somewhat running now. Nothing wrong with fuel pressure after all that. We've got the air mass meter disconnected. It seems to be running a bit better, but there's a leak somewhere. I'll tell you one thing with the air mass meter, it doesn't do a damn thing. They're weird. There's no case on the bottom, I just felt the silicone. Well, where is it? Where's it gone? I think you'd notice that falling off. Oh my god! Let's make one. We're gonna.
This is the air mass.
That's the air mass, yeah. Right, good. Let's make one. Oh my god. Right, we're gonna make one. This bloody missing altogether. But
se on niinku imuvuoto, koska
niin.
Totta kai se on, mutta olis tässä kumeisreikä kanssa?
Ei oli.
Katsottiin ilman tuolla
no, se näyttää huonolta, mutta ei vuoda.
Se on hapertuma, mutta se ei ole niinku vuodessa.
Okay, now we need to make a temporary cover. It is strange. It's on KH3 somewhere, that, isn't it? Wow. Well, I had different plans tonight, but I'm gonna fix that. Don't you worry about that. Okay, so that explains why it don't run right, doesn't it? Isn't it amazing? The things that you don't even see. Jesus Christ. So there's your air mass meter. So that's what's wrong with that. I've never seen anything like that in my life. I'll tell you what I've got though. Something goddamn cool. I'm gonna fix this. I'm gonna fix this, don't you worry about that, matey. Right, good. We're gonna fix this before I go home tonight, and that's the end of the story. Right then, I'm gonna have to make something, aren't I? Don't know what I'm gonna make, but I'm gonna make something. Sheet metal, maybe. Right, good. I literally don't have anything, so I'm just gonna basically, pretty much now, use cardboard essentially, because that's all I have, and we can always use this as a template. It's very unusual with this. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like it. If I just use the old cardboard now and press the shape onto it like this, we might be in business, mightn't we? I don't think this will work. It's proper Robinson, isn't it? What can you do? Oh, it's kind of got somewhat of a pattern on it. It's not really the world's greatest of patterns, but still, you know what? It might work. It might just work. was a bit of perspex would be nice. I did have some as well. You know what I said? Anything that fixes it. Obviously we can't leave it like this, but it will just get the damn thing running. That'll be something, won't it? Kind of thing. You know what? It's left out of a good pattern as that. I can tell you it's left a lovely pattern as that. Proper dodgy this, isn't it? It's like Blue Peter. And I weren't never a fan of Blue Peter all the music, let me tell you. Jesus. Bloody Blue Peter job, isn't it? Blue Peter theme tune, that thing. So it's a bit Heath Robinson, but I'm going to make this a permanent repair. It's going to go like this. It's got the studs there, so it's going to hold in place, and the idea is going to be we're going to laminate this now with some nice black silicone because it's flexible and it's heat resistant to 300 degrees, and it'll stop moisture damaging this lovely cardboard because there's no load needed, there's no like structural strength required, it's just a seal we need. This won't affect it because it's cardboard, so that can keep swinging. That's the actual mass airflow flat, that's actually what it's like, a potentiometer, that's what reads the air mass. Sticking a bit is that actually, to be honest. So this should fix it. So let's see. Just want a very, very thin smear. So obviously it won't go in the engine or anything like that, but it'll just waterproof and strengthen it really. And then replast on the edge where I've activated it, essentially. A bit dodgy, isn't it? But you know, what can you do? And it's only a test. If it does the job, we might source the right one. But to get the engine running, just get it running and get it idling and running right. I think this is the only option tonight at the moment. Because it's 4:20, I need to get home really. It's not looking so bad, that, is it? The things you have to do. It's just incredible, isn't it? The things you have to do in this job is just unbelievable sometimes. Well, it's as rough as a bird's arse, that. In my opinion, it's as rough as a bird's bloody arse. However, it might be alright. Laminating the Johnson way, Jesus. There you are, laminated. So I think I'm going to have to just do a section at a time. And like start with the front first, I think. Because it's going to go off too fast otherwise, I really believe. It's going to go off way too quick. So I'm just going to put the front section on first. Front side section, because I'm telling you it's going to go off too fast. Sometimes you've just got to think on your feet. I've not got time for messing around. This is just a waterproof it, by the way, in case you were wondering. I'm filling a few little tiny gaps. Unfortunately, at this time, £4:30 on a Thursday, I don't have time to let's order a €1,000, if you can find it, air mass meter. What we want to do is we just want to at least diagnose, get the car running now. None of us heard this because the workshop's so loud, and you wouldn't believe it. You couldn't hear it as much as you think. It wasn't going or anything like that. And then we just realised, yeah, it's leaking air, this. We thought it was the rubber bellows, you know, the rubber intake snorkel filter tube, whatever you want to call it. And really, like I said, at this time of day, we don't have time for messing about there. Yeah, it's laminated, it'll be all waterproof, that. It could probably last for years, let's be honest. Laminated inside out, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's not pretty, but that's not the goal. Don't think this is how we do jobs here, because our workmanship is second to none. This goal is any way you can get that damn mass airflow bottom end sealed. I think it's bloody brilliant, that. Compared to how it was, a bloody big hole and the whole cap missing. Let's try it. I can't wait to see if it works. Right then, let's get this Johnson homemade air mass meter back on. See what happens. Essentially. If it works, this, it's going to be just like incredible, isn't it? If it don't work, it's going to be depressing. But we'll try our best. Let's get the air mass meter first of all the correct way around. It could work. Anything's worth a try with these classics, isn't it? You can always make a better one in future. 3D print one or whatever. It'll come off if we need it come off. Right, good. So that's in place now. All we need to do now is screw it together and try it. And if this works, it's going to be amazing. It'll be a damn good day if it works. Right, let's tighten that off. Right then, so I'll restart the film in a minute because my iPhone's running out of storage. Good old iPhone. Work. I'm going to look like a right prize idiot, aren't I? Look. Back's going again. Right, let's try and start this up, shall we? Are we ready? Fingers crossed. Right, let's switch the front camera, see if it works. Right. Please God, may this beautiful 635 work nicely. It works. Looks like that cardboard did the job, kind of. Idling a bit rough still though. Well, at least it works now, but it's idling like a bag of crap. Fuel delivery's alright. Doesn't idle good, but it works now. Kind of. At least it revs now, huh? So, looks like my master airflow lid worked, doesn't it? I still think we've got a problem with this leaking though. Fuel pressure's perfect. Yeah. Idle's not good, but we'll fix that a bit later on. There'll be more air leaks on it, I'm guessing. We can sort that out a bit later, that's not an issue, that. Could even be the idle valve what's faulty. Like I did say all along, that this valve is, this regulator is leaking back. Yeah. So that's the issue. So in my opinion, I think the regulator's faulty and that's the idle. I'm just pulsating it a bit there, I'm just trying to manipulate it a bit. So that, in my opinion, what it is, air mass meter lid had fell off and we've got a faulty regulator. We're running quite a lot of pressure there, unfortunately. So what's happening is there's not enough pressure behind the fuel injectors and it's leaking back. Now we give a good rail pressure there. Could even be injectors leaking back. Actually, remember we did see that leaking back. Right, good, I'm going home, it's diagnosed. Excellent. Well, I've got a new Peerberg a new Peerberg pressure regulator. So we're going to see now. Trouble is, it's a 3-bar regulator and it's running 3.5 bar. Might not be this. I need to understand what's going on, like when you clamp it off. What's the situation like? Could it be something else? We'll try it and see what happens. So I think I will make this pipe nice and clean because it's a bit skanky. And I'm not happy with it. So I think I will just chop it with our special hose choppers because I want to keep the car as original as possible, of course. And basically. Lovely nice clean cut there. A lovely brand new tube we made out of that one. A nice clean cut, isn't it? Right. I'll not edit that bit out. I've ditched the gimbal as you can see because it was annoying me. Right, so we've got a nice clean bit of pipe there. So all we need to do now is swap this regulator over. It comes with a new O-ring. I really hope it actually is going to do the job. Seems a shame though, doesn't it, like to replace the original part, but it's not really serviceable in that sense, I'm guessing. Let's see, all that petrol has evaporated from yesterday, which is wonderful. I hope it does the job, I really, really do, because it's going to make my job a lot easier and I can just have a nice weekend then and not stress about it now. Essentially. So let's take this off now. It's got an O-ring inside here, you see. Be a little bit careful with it. Plenty of fuel there. Oh, my plenum's full of fuel again now, that's not good, is it? Let's hope it does the job anyway. I really hope I can fix this now today, frankly. It'd be really nice if I can, won't it? Twist that a bit so we don't damage the O-rings. Well, it's somewhat hard then. I think I was right because the pressure's a bit better. I've just been twisting this idle valve and it seems to be idling better. It's almost there now, it's almost where it needs to be. It wouldn't idle. Might have an air leak on this, you see, yeah? This pipe. Not the air mass meter from yesterday, but the pipe itself. Could have an air leak on that as well. This works because when I unplug it, it cuts out. Can't read fault codes. I don't have a Sun 2013 tester, Modic, whatever you want to call it. Oh, nearly there, a bit more work yet. At least it's idling now, kind of.